There's our fondue dinosaur, and we have another one over here. They're pretty cute. This irresistible chocolate chip cake is so moist, chocolatey, and fudgy. People will swear you bought it from a bakery. Hey y'all, I'm Mary with Southern Spoon. Today we're going to make a chocolate chip cake. My kids usually ask for this for birthdays, especially my little girl who is a chocoholic. But this it's pretty easy. It starts with a cake mix, a devil's food, or I've been not be able to find a devil's food and used a chocolate cake. It worked the same. You add to that cake mix to make it really good. Let's get started. We're going to start by adding everything to our mixing bowl. You need 1 chocolate or a devil's food cake mix, whatever brand you want. It don't matter because we're going to doctor it up. I'm doubling it. I think I double everything, it seems like. But my kids will want to take a bunch home with them. You've got your chocolate cake mix. Then you're going to add a 3.5 ounce pudding. So I thought I had 2 3.5 ounces, but I didn't. So I'm using a larger one, which was 5.85 and then a 1.4 ounce. So we're close. To that, I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of espresso powder. I'm adding 2. This is not a must. I usually don't add this, but I happen to have it in the pantry because I was making something else with it. So we're going to add it. Then you need a half a cup of oil and a half a cup of water. I just mixed the 2 together. You need 1 cup of sour cream. Then you need 4 eggs for this recipe. Yes, I know how you're supposed to do it, but I just deal with the consequences if I drop an eggshell in there, I guess. It's just how I normally cook. We're going to get this onto our mixing stand and get this mixed up. I got this on our stand mixer. You could do this with a hand mixer. You could do it by hand. I'm going to stop it real quick and scrape it down. I have my oven also heating up to 350, so it will be ready for us. And I've already prepared my cake pans. You could use spray with the flour in it, or I would use cocoa instead of flour so you don't have flour on your chocolate cake. I'm using parchment paper in the bottom of mine just probably because I'm lazy and I don't mess with the cocoa powder, huh? Let's give it another quick stir. And if I wasn't on camera, I would lick the beater, even though I know you're not supposed to because it has raw eggs in it. But you know what? I'm still kicking, and I've done it all my life. One day I'm going to get really sick from it. But until then, you give it just a little stir. Make sure we got everything. See how thick it is. It's very thick. You need 1.5 cups of, you can use semi-sweet, milk chocolate, whatever you want. I'm using milk chocolate. That goes in and you stir it. Just so, the only reason you don't put it on your mixer is because it will break up your chocolate chips. And you could use the mini chocolate chips in this. I just picked up whatever I saw first, I think. This works just fine. Let me get my cake pans and we'll get it in the pan. If you wanted to be really precise about it, measure it with a measuring cup or weigh it. I eyeball it because this is how I really cook. Most things are eyeball, unless I'm making bread or something. Then you just want to kind of spread it out. I did spray the sides of this as well. I spray my parchment paper too, and then I spray the sides of it. This is going to go in the oven for for my bundt cake, I do about 40 minutes. I'm going to start with 30 and we'll check it. Our cakes are out of the oven. It took about 35 minutes actually to get them done. Of course, you want to check them with a toothpick. Make sure your toothpick comes out clean. I'm going to let them sit here for a few minutes and cool, and then I will dump them out onto a cooling rack. I let our cakes cool for just a few minutes. We're going to see if they come out. Hot. It's still hot. I probably should let it cool longer. Come out beautifully. I'm going to flip it back over onto the wire rack. Do the other one the same way. Though I don't know if it'll fit on that one. We'll see. Yay! These are going to continue to cool here. I've got one more layer that I'm going to bake same way, and I'll get it out cooled. After it cools completely down, I will wrap it in saran wrap. I'm going to put it in the fridge. So tomorrow when I get ready to decorate the cake, it will be very cold. You can put them in the freezer as well, but since I'm doing it tomorrow, I'm just going to put it in the fridge, let it stay in the fridge and get cool. Morning, y'all. So today is the day of my daughter's birthday party. We're going to get started on the icing the first cake. We're going to ice the chocolate chip one first. We're going to do a buttercream icing for that. Let's get started. First thing you need, of course, is butter. You need a half a cup of softened butter. I'm making more than one recipe, of course. I'll set it aside for a minute. Then for every recipe, you need 2 cups of powdered sugar. I'm going to sift my powdered sugar so I don't have lumps in it. And then I want it to be chocolate. I'm going to do 1/4 cup of cocoa powder. Let's get our butter on the mixing stand. The way I do it is while my mixer is going, I will start adding my powdered sugar. Then it says 2 tablespoons of milk per recipe. I'm not going to add the full 2 per recipe yet. Let's give it a quick taste. It's good. Needs more powdered sugar. I'm going to sift probably about 2 cups more. And turn it on low. We're going to scrape down the sides real quick. Make sure we got all that powdered sugar. Then give it one more mix. And taste it. Very good. If your batter is too thick, add a little more milk. If it's too thin for you, add some more powdered sugar. That will thicken it up or thin it out so you'll be able to spread it on your cake easily. I think ours is about right. So I'm going to get the cake set up and then we will get that iced. Okay. So I got my cakes. They've been in the fridge overnight. I'm going to flatten this out just a little bit more. So good. If you like chocolate, this is the cake for you. I'm going to try to put these under here just to kind of keep the cake board clean. And I don't know who I'm kidding. It will not be clean for me. Get it centered as much as possible. And then just spread it on. And I know what I forgot to do. This really does help. Put a little bit of icing in the center of your cake pan so it helps hold the cake in place. There we go. Let's do our second layer. Same thing with this one. I'm going to flatten it out a little bit. My cakes are not by any means perfect, but it will help it stay together a little better. And in case you're wondering, yes, I tried it again just to make sure this one was just as good as the first one. Make sure you have them on there even. This one I'm not cut. It's my top part. This is so good. You have to try it. It's moist, chocolatey, a little bit of fudgy taste. The espresso powder that we put in it really brought out the chocolate taste. Let's finish getting this decorated. I'm actually going to take it off of the stand. I'm so short. Maybe I'll just get my stool. For the icing, well, for the decorations, I was being lazy. I bought some of this, was it Wilton's pre-made? Because I wanted to play with making flowers. I did that last night. And then I just got some, not icing, some food coloring. I'm going to do this one green. There's our icing. We're going to try that star tip. This one is a 4B. Just push your tip to the end. I have the little coupler things, but I was watching everybody online. They were doing it like this, and I don't have to deal with that thing. And then what I found that kind of helps me a little bit is I put my tip down in the cup and put it over, fold it over the cup. It just helps me hold it in place while I'm putting the icing in. Test it, make sure it's coming out okay. So then I'm just going to make like a rope around. I don't know what it's really called. Oh, you know what? Do that first. Had to get on my stool. So for this cake, we made the tiger butter dinosaurs. So that's what's going on here. And then these, I tried to make this one out of the tiger butter and it didn't work. So I used fondue. Okay, green one like that and a yellow one. Oh my goodness. Don't stick your hand in the cake. Okay, we're gonna leave it like that. We got extra dinosaurs to eat. I have some little fondue leaves that I made. And actually, I'm not gonna put those on there. Here's our cake all decorated. There's our top. There's our fondue dinosaur. And we have another one over here. They're pretty cute. Morning, everybody. So the birthday party went over great, but it got so busy and hectic, we didn't have time to actually do a video of my daughter doing a taste test. So darn, I have to do it. Here it is cut open. It was a wonderful cake. Everybody loved it. Every dinosaur that we made, the brown butter dinosaurs, every one of them got eaten. There was one left, and my daughter was hiding it because she wanted to take that one home. Make sure we get some of the icing and some of the chocolate cake. Oh, they're so good. Buttercream icing, can't beat it. The chocolate cake is moist. You can really taste the chocolate. The espresso powder makes the difference in this cake, I think. Chocolate chips all through it. It was a hit. Everybody, I don't know which one was my favorite. We had two cakes. We had a chantilly and this one. I don't know which one was my favorite. And I love chocolate cake. So y'all give this a try. I think you'll really like it. It's an easy cake. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Like and subscribe.